Thanks, dude. Thanks, Chubsy. All right. So we'll start at ELEV, right? What happened here? ELEV, it was, I like this kind of, when they go, not straight parabolic in the pre-market, but I like to have the, it's grinding higher and higher and higher. More parabolic, the better, obviously. But the problem with this one was, this is what the problem was with this one, right? It's hard to trade when you don't have any good pivots to trade off of, right? You had this level here, the recent resistance, that it opened to, it opened above that. So obviously we're not using that one. Now, what do we have? We had ultimate low pivot at $6, which is also the whole dollar, right? And we had, and then we had, more pivots up here, higher, 640, and then up high to 680. But the problem was with this thing, we mark off the $6. The problem was with this thing, right? It's getting extended. It's getting extended. This, you take your eye off it for a sec, and then it pops and stuffs. It didn't even pop up to the friggin'. It didn't even pop up to the $6 level. It came close. If I was staring at this, I probably would have traded that, but it just took my attention off it on that other piece of crap, trying to trade that $2 level like a donkey. Straight. It's funny because, guys, I was literally saying people are going to get FOMO because they missed that first trade, like that I was talking about myself, I guess. And I'm thinking steaming before the open still, because that trend line break just gave the best huge dump into an offering. So now you're like, now you fucking want to take a trade, So now this thing obviously was a tweener, but this is the only trade it gave me, which I didn't call it on the mic because it also wasn't a good trade. It was only a 38% pivot. I wanted to go back up to here. This level right here, see this? This would have been a better trade if it made it up to this level and in between these fibs. So basically you can only scalp it from here to here, and then, now it's just playing games. It's not worth really trading. It wasn't really a good trade. And yes, it worked a little bit, but not ideal of a trade, So unfortunately, guys, this was one we should have stared at. Even though it was easy to borrow, it just gets so close to that level. I just wish it spiked a little higher and slammed. And then by the time I saw it slam, it was already down here. I didn't want to chase it. I was hoping for a little bounce, and it just didn't come till down here. That's a tough one, It's tough when it's tough when the stuffs pop it open and just dump like that quick. Even though I always tell you guys, these more expensive tickets, I trust it more. I don't trust the stuff at the open on a $1 stock. On a $5, $6 stock, I like stuff at the open, but I just wasn't watching it close enough. I was hoping it was going to pop higher, and then it just stuffed so quick. So that would have been a good one at the open, obviously, even though it had some red flags. Now, guys, remember, don't try to trade this thing middle of the day now. This is what's going to happen. Look, this is what happens when you trade midday. The only thing that you want to happen now is this. Guys, this is the only setup left. Let's look, right? 510 is the pivot. It's right on top of it, right? So where's the next pivot? Is this little fucking... It's really like right here. It's really like 517. And then, you got a little micro pivot here, plus the $0.50 at 550, right? So look, the only way I would trade this now is if we get one of those ENV style fucking like this. After 130, if it pops up here, look at this. Look, guys. Just like cut the chart in half, like always, like we've been talking about lately. Look, right here, the volume is gone. It's gotten less and less and less, and it's just, now it's down to nothing. So if we can get a low volume backside pop up to here, I'll show it to come back down to here. That's it. That's all. Other than that, I'm not going to trade this chop fucking crap fest. Look at this shit. And then, now we might as well go over this piece of shit. Guys, no, not this one. What was it? ONFO. ONFO, right? Guys, look at this. Let's delete this. Because, guys, look at this, right? This is a recent IPO. So this level was way too close. I just thought maybe at the open, you know, maybe they were going to pop it and slam it back down. But that was a stupid trade. It was too close. But look, also, guys, fib life. Remember, 50, 61% fibs are the best. Look, fib life to the fullest. So, what happened here? This thing popped, and it looked like it was slammed back down right off that $2, $2.10 level right away. So I tried to short it, thinking it was going to be
Power 20.
Shit. VSTM. Hold on. So this is what I was thinking. It was going to pop up 50, 60, maybe come back down. Hold on. Let's look at this real quick. See if it's one of the good ones or the shitty ones. This has a lot of pivots. $150. $150. Sometimes, guys, if there's a lot of pivots on the daily chart, I'll go to the weekly chart. Kind of like multi-touch at $150 and at $2. So if there's a lot of pivots on the daily, I'll just go to the weekly chart and see what it looks like. So you have a multi-touch pivot here at $1.45, $1.50. So let's watch this. If we get a trigger up there. Yeah, ELV fib has to go to the bottom. You keep making new lows like this. As the... Yeah, sorry, I wasn't fucking paying attention. As this goes down, that goes up. So now you get a fake out over that, somewhere into here. What was that ticker? VSTM. Let's watch this for a sec. This could give a good opportunity at $0.50. Let's see if we get trigonomics up here to make up for that shit fest earlier. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys use that thing like Guillermo made and my other buddy made before the other room, but it's good, helpful for this. This thing right now is 20% extended off to 1 minute 21. If it goes to 140, it might be 30, 40% extended off to 1 minute 21, which is A+ criteria. Yeah, you always move the fib down when it makes new lows. Sorry, I was like not paying attention to that for a sec. And then after we see what happens with this, we'll go back in the and finish the review. So do you guys see though, like on ONFO, right? It's a recent IPO. You analyze every tick, right? And then what happens? It just fades like they all do. Not all IPOs, but sometimes it's better to just know your level, trade it, not try to friggin' read too much into the price action. That'll make a guy crazy. Alright, how long is this fucking thing halted for? Who's watching VSTM? All right, good. Let's see what happens here. Look, you guys. 150 is a good level. 190 to $2. Guys, this thing's like this, but remember, guys, right? This is the other thing. Look at this. This thing's a kind of grind turn to pellet. It's like a blow off, right? Grinding turn to parabolic. I like better when they come out of nowhere, but or be a blow off. Probably. And then I'll be ruined, but whatever. Didn't make it to the level, so. "20 seconds, 20. But do you guys see? This is why I like this. This can be pretty helpful when you know you have pivots above and stuff. Percent for 21, 20%. That's I don't particularly like. See, that goes right away. Now it's only 7%. I mean, what are you gonna do? Didn't make it to a level. Anyway, I didn't. And now it's like if it goes back over, it's ruining the parabolic, so it doesn't really matter to me. All right, guys, if that starts to work its way up to 150, somebody tell me. Anyway, so ONFO, all right? This thing was just like, this was too low, too close. Guys, maybe this looks normal here because you have the 61 fib and the 210 level for a gap and crap, but you have to always think of the daily chart, right? Sometimes you see this thing pop up and drop and it comes down. So, you know, that could be a little pop and dump, but really, ideally, too close to that, you know? So, look at this. You have, and plus it's an IPO, you can't really trust IPOs. Right? So, look at you guys. But then, watch. You have the 50% fib, right? Which is, you have the 50% fib and the 61% fib, which no pivots near them, right? Which kind of sucks. I like when there's pivots that lined up with them. And then, obviously, it goes up here and gives you the shelf and whatnot. And this is the only time it became predictable again to me. When we were on the microphone, right here, is the only time that it becomes predictable again to me is when you have this, now you have a flag building up and you get the fake move up and dump. That's what I like to short. That's the best. That was a great trigger right there. And that ended up being the top trigger. And then you got the, you know, the 60 to 78% bounce. But, oh, yeah, 2 cents, you know, but the thing doesn't look like it's going to set up anyway. So, yeah, so this thing, you know, gets tricky, but this is the fake long move up right here. Flag build up, fake long move, slam back down. And we were talking about that on the microphone, but it's like, yeah, so this kind of screwed us, and then that was perfect, and then you get in all this, and you just cut half your size, and then it works perfect, and you go, what the fuck? Why did I do that? I overthought it, right? Overthought it after the first one. Ultimately, because it does the same as they all do, gives a sick trigger. Remember guys, a failed long setup makes the best short setup. Right here, this is a bull flag. Right on top of the 1 minute EMAs, you get a long flag break that fails. Bang, dumps on decent volume, and that's the end of it. And then, so if you miss this, what's the next trade? 61 to 78% fib bounce. That's it. It's the same shit over and over again. Then you have QH. QH, you know, this is the kind of thing, guys, this is why, right? This is why I don't particularly like this kind of stuff, because you saw what happened on ONFO today, right? If you get in the habit of taking these tiny little pops and then you get stopped out half the time. That's why I don't do that regularly. Today I got a little crazy being my birthday and trigonomics day. I thought I was going to just smash everything. Pretty much nothing set up except for one thing, and it was the best setup in pre-market. But that's why in general you don't want to be short and way down here. Now let's delete all this crap. All right, QH. What do we have on QH? Well, another one with 3 closed red, but look. These fucking charts, man. This is all we see now, these long, crappy freaking charts. But the best thing I liked about this was, look, number one, you put your fibs on from this last swing high to swing low, right? Okay, so we have a level at 285, 283, right, which is close to $3. So anywhere in that area, plus you have multi-touch pivots that line up with 38% fib at $3, right? So that's ideal because any stock on the backside here, a little backside bounce can bounce 38% and dump. But it didn't even make it. Didn't even make it anywhere. It just stuffed this pivot right here, which is crazy. So just like ONPH, you can try to short that little pivot at the beginning, but sometimes you're going to get squeezed on, right? This just popped and dumped. It happens. We prefer to be up here. Always prefer to be up into the range of the pre-market, lower high range, you know? And if it lines up with a daily level, great. Even better. But shorting this right here is how you get in trouble. But definitely notice the difference. Look, you guys. 120,000 shares at the open, right? Look at ONFO. Look, 1.8 million shares at the open. That's 1.2 to 1.8. It's a big difference. Big difference in max pushing power. That can move the stock more. These ones that just pop 200-300 shares at the open, they tend to like just come right back down. But sometimes it's still, even looking at that, right? At the open, sometimes it's still hard to trade live because you see it pop, the volume's at like 200, 300,000. You think you short it, and then all of a sudden it's at 1 million, 1.5 million. And if you wait to see the max pushing volume on like QH, at first it's popping a couple 100,000. You don't know if it's going to go to 1 million until you wait for the whole candle to close, you know? And you can kind of tell by the speed. But yeah, it's hard to short these little mini pops at the open. In general, you stay safe waiting for higher. And if you miss it, you miss it. Whatever. Everything looks better in hindsight, right? We always talk about that. Yeah. And then another one that we missed was friggin' the backside one. What was it again? J Styles ticker that he was talking about? Something. WLDS. Is that it? Yeah, look, you guys. WLDS, delete. Same thing for every backside ticker, right? Same thing, right? I usually use the 10-minute EMAs on the backside because I don't need to watch the fucking 1-minute chart really because I'm trading off a level. I'm trading off, this is my zone right here. Always the same, you know, somewhere over the 50% fib into 61, 70. Anywhere in this range is the best because you have good risk reward from where it failed last time. No candle closed over 180. So if you can get close to 180, even better, you know? Good risk reward. But 61 fib is obviously a great place to short. Some people might have shorted right here and stopped out, but you got to be careful. You can't short right here, stop out just above it when you're using a range up to like 78% fib. So, you know, you got to be careful with that. But that was a good backside one, and then you just scale out on the way down. What else do we have today? CLPS just died. Fuck that thing. And guys, a couple swings that I was looking at. Dash that I posted last night in here. The reason why I posted it is, look. Let's delete all this. I can't believe how many of my charts have writing on them every time. Every single chart. But look, you guys. Look it. Crossover, 8 crossover, pull back to the 21. Now we're entering a squeeze right on top of the EMAs. I don't particularly love the MACD, how it looks, but it did cross over right here on the first crossover pullback. But we're in a squeeze on the daily chart. Only 3 dots so far, but also in a squeeze on the hourly chart. You know, so start to break out there, and then if you go down, you know, it looks better and better to get in, you know, and go. So we'll see what happens. And then PAG was the other one. Same idea, kind of. We're in a really, really tight squeeze. The MACD's crossing over to bullish. And if you look, you know, it's pretty close to all-time highs, so maybe it can push back up again. Squeeze on the daily chart. Squeeze on the 4-hour chart. Really, really huge squeeze. MACD crossing up. And squeeze on the hourly chart. Oh, guys, I don't use the pre-market data on these. I just didn't shut it off. It looks better like this, so you can see the price action better, like, yeah, so, guys, whenever I'm entering swings like this, I'm trying to either get in on as close to the daily chart, right, as I can, or I switch to the 10-minute chart, and then when I see, like, I don't really want to long it right here yet, but once we're on top like this right here, and I'm going to aim for this to go and break out, I'm using the 10-minute EMAs combined with my daily chart setups always. Once we're on top of the 10-minute EMAs, I'm using my entries around here and trying to go. And then you can add on the break if you want, So it's always the same stuff. Sometimes I don't even look at the 10-minute chart. Sometimes I just get in as close as I can to the 21 or the 8 if we're already past the 21. But I know I got to risk, like, the more farther away you get from the 21, like, let's say this didn't break out today, all right? Let's say I entered this at 66.10, all right? It didn't break out today. It came back down to 65. Can I stop out? No, I can't stop out. This bullish structure is still fine. You're still on top of the EMAs. You're still in a pattern here. So if you're stopping out below the if you're stopping out above the bullish structure, you're just killing yourself. So you got to be aware of that. You shouldn't be stopping out really above the 34 on the daily chart. So size accordingly. And if you don't have enough room to the upside, like if you don't think this could go back and break, the thing I like about Dash didn't have the best earnings last time, but kind of just like the daily chart. But PAG, which sometimes this happens, PAG has like good earnings, plus they had a big buyback program, but sometimes, in trading, you never know. You get all this good stuff and then it just dumps. Squeezes are different than some setups that I like the quick pullbacks and flags on strong stocks, like right here, quick pullback to the 8. I love that, right? Boom. Look right here. Flag, quick pullback to the 21. Guys, if you're going to trade a flag off the 8, then you can do it one of two ways. You either wait for it to go under and reclaim, or you take some at the 8, take some at 21, and then go. Stop below the 34. There's multiple ways to do this. You just have to make sure you have room to the upside. And, yeah, I mean, swings just make it so you don't have to babysit and fucking, But, what else we got? BMR. No, some of these, I don't think any of these backsiders went to no. Most of these backsiders. Sometimes the backsides are great, but sometimes they just don't move at all. BMR, what else was it? Watch list was LEDs and NA. Let's look. I didn't hear any of my alerts go off, so I'm guessing none of them fucking went. So obviously this one didn't reach anywhere near freaking where it needed to go. And then LEDs was parabolic yesterday, I believe. Yeah, and another one, it just didn't really do much, Didn't at the open we were right here. We wanted to pop up to this level, maybe that level right around here. It's always the same thing, you guys. Sometimes if the stock's really weak, guys, let's say on Coder Bear's thing, it says it's 97% less than yesterday, and I have a good level that lines up with 38 fib. I'll try to use that level if I think it's just going to be a weak bounce. But below that, it's like, dude, come on. Just chasing, What are you going to do? Can't short these, just short at the open, or even pump right here. You're just asking for trouble. You have a clear level right here, 38 fib confluence. So in another 50%. So in this range, maybe I would have done, I think I did say lower than, I didn't say up to 360 on that one. What did I say? I said 350. Oh yeah, 350 or 360. So I still wanted the 50% fib at least, even though it might have only stopped at 330 if it did pop. But yeah. So those ones are a little harder. That's why I say you can use 2 bullets on those. 2 bullets on backside because you don't really know where it's going to stop. You just have to know your ultimate stop and you have to calculate it right. So it is what it is, Yeah. So this thing, hopefully this thing will go like, pew, pew. Hopefully it'll be like fucking dick about, and then just give it one of these, late day volume pops over the fib, and then fucking, that would be ideal. That's the only thing that I'd be looking for right now. fake move and then dump. But again, guys, look. After you already have, right? Look at this. After you already have a stock that's like failed and then dipped and then came back up, and now it's like, eh. If it was going to keep going all the way down to here, it probably would have just kept going all the way down to here. So, but I'll still be watching for that, just for the fuck of it. Just for the, oh, it, wrong shit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any more tickets you guys want to go over? Anyone? Bueller. This thing's sitting right on top of $1. It would have been nice if this flew up to that 150 level. You know, obviously you have a pivot here at $1, but it went over the pivot, so, and it's $1, which is like, you know, whatever. But it's so far over $1, it's like you can't really, you know. It is what it is. $145. So, yeah, $1 could hold, might not. I don't know. No, it didn't. Q8's not even close. I knew you weren't done trading midday, Trader Monk Samurai. He's full of baloney. Came for a review, couldn't not trade. What the fuck? Yeah, if it comes down to that trend line. Anyways, yep. So that's that, you guys. I'll only trade this if it goes to $1.50. I don't like taking trades right on top of $1. There's not enough, you know, $1 is such a big level so many times. It's just, I just don't like to trade right on top of it. So many tickets hold it once they break over it. Any other tickets, you guys? Yeah, QH didn't pop enough, dude. QH, this is like trying to short ONFO at the open. Boom, and then it just keeps going up to here. It's just, yeah. Typically, shorting below 50, 61%, just asking for trouble. You know? So, I don't know. But I'll stop recording.